The people of Acholi sub-region today remain optimistic and continue to hope for a better future even after going through 2 decades of the Lord's Resistance Army insurgency. While the insurgency threatened to economically alienate the area from the rest of Uganda, pushing youth unemployment levels above the national average of 80%, many of those affected today continue to believe in a better future. Indeed, since the guns went silent, this picture is steadily changing. In part, it is because of the resilience of the Acholi people, but most importantly, the helping hand of development partners. Among these is the United Nations Development Programme UNDP, which has worked tirelessly with government agencies to restore hope among the people, especially the youth and women. The UNDP is one of the United Nations agencies today involved in the United Nations Peace-Building Joint Programme on Livelihoods and Local Economic Recovery for Acholi Sub-Region, JP3. The program targets the 7 districts of the sub-region, which include Gulu, Noya, Amuru, Kitgum, Pader, Agago and Lamore. JP3 targets interventions in the areas of livelihoods and economic recovery. The joint program primarily aims at contributing to the rebuilding of a strong economy within the context of a post-war, post-conflict development situation. JP3 is jointly implemented by the International Organization for Migration, IOM, World Food Programme, WFP, United Nations Capital Development Fund, UNCDF, the Food and Agriculture Organization, FAO, and the United Nations Development Programme, UNDP. The UNDP component in the wider program, among others, focuses on building capacity of the youth, women and vulnerable groups in relevant business and entrepreneurial skills. The motivation behind this is that a business-conscious mind among the region's youth and women is good for peace, since many will be able to see and exploit the opportunities around them as opposed to joining bandit groups for survival. Implemented through government agencies, the program's business and startup tool clinics, in short, BEST, have provided the youth, women and leaders in the sub-region with the motivation and practical skills to start and run successful enterprises. A key message to the beneficiaries of the BEST training package is to start business with the little resources they have. It is grounded in the philosophy of unlocking the beneficiaries' minds to seize the opportunities in their localities to improve their livelihoods. As a result, 8,000 youth and women in the sub-region have received this training, of which 50% have testified to have started a new enterprise or expanded and improved existing business operations. Uhuru Quinto, a 29-year-old beekeeper from Kitgum town, expanded his business after attending the training.
We were selling our honey in unprocessed way. We were not processing our honey. We just get directly from the hives and then sell to the local community without processing. Now, after getting the training, we started processing our honey and then selling it in supermarkets. So by that one, now we can get good money than selling it in an unprocessed way. They talked about handling business money. They talked about keeping your business to grow. They talk of maybe if you are done this, you can go to the next level. So that's what I'm doing.
Uhuru is not just a change agent, but an employment opportunity provider in his area, and has since championed the formation of an association, the Kitgum Beekeepers Association.
They were not interested in the business at first, but after 1 or 2 years, they are now joining. They are now starting their own apiary. They are now posting their own hives. So they have positive influence to the business. So they are now copying my style, which I'm very happy with it.
Many program beneficiaries are also today at the forefront of driving both economic and social change, and indeed active participants in the economic recovery of their communities. Some are actually on the road to economic independence, having started small. After getting out of formal employment, Opira Churchill, aged 26, says that he got the courage to start a poultry farm, which today is a source of livelihood after attending the training.
I was working with the Black Uganda as laboratory technician and also coordinating TB activities in Pade district and Agago. So the honey, the money I get from the work, could use it for investment, because I thought that is very important to invest than keeping money lying in the bank for other people to utilize. When I see at the started with actually four eggs, then it increased the next day like 8 eggs, In July, it was like 5 trays per day. When it came to August, it was bringing like 7 trays. The peak was actually for me because that was the period I attained the maximum production. In a tray, I used to sell at 8,000 to 8,200. See, the personal achievement I got in this business, it has helped me. It has saved for me money. It has saved for me money. If I was not to invest like in this business, I wouldn't think all those money I invested those time could be up to this time, because I would have spent in one way or the other. And it has helped me, and it has given training not only for me, to other people near me.
The same life-changing stories are shared by a number of other program beneficiaries in the region whose economic lives have been transformed by the program. Christine Owl, a 25-year-old single mother and former LRA abductee, is today running a fairly successful garments business in Patong Town, Agago district, and feels accepted and indeed a responsible member of her community.
Piano no luar getiene kayine daga pay ramonga temo business to twalo nyo kayine nyaga chas money mano tikla tem kun nga pay ram tim business to twal ato ma chago chinge lu ramo kana chinge tiene om yar gene tem.
By addressing the economic question through arming the youth and women with business skills, the program promoters believe they will be able to restore hope and an optimistic mindset within this group. This is coming out of the conviction that if the youth are active and fairly successful in business, then they will support the cause for peace and responsible living. This view is strongly shared by the leaders in the region who have already started seeing positive developments among the youth who received the training.
We had a lot of traumatized youth who were redundant much as they're educated, but they have no work to do. They had even nothing to do. They could even not think beyond their thinking capacity, but when the training came, actually it gave them a guideline whereby they were able to identify a project for their own. At the moment as I talk, most of them that went under the training are at least doing something for their lives. Most of our youths were in tension among themselves. Tension, conflicts, land conflicts, land wrangles. Most of the youth were involved, but the training actually touched many areas pertaining the lives of youth. So the program has helped them build up their capacity in the area of peace building. They can now share, they can even mediate among others.
As regards the former internally displaced people who today form a bulk of the youth in the sub-region, the program has given them hope and opened their eyes to the opportunities around them. This has promoted good coexistence and integration in their former localities.
The training, the way I look at it, as youth in the past used to move, and at times they normally involve themselves into playing cards and whatever, it has been reduced. It is no longer there, because the relation they learned has given the youth the right direction. So there's no over drinking, there's no even this marijuana smoking as it used to happen in the camp. These days it is not there. And the training came in time when people were going back to their original homes.
Another goal of the program is to transform the beneficiaries' attitudes from that of dependence on handouts, which came as a result of living in internally displaced people's camps for years, to one of self-sustenance. More of the beneficiaries' stories attest to that, as many are today able to recognize and seize life-transforming opportunities in their localities. Rose Oto, a cattle keeper from Gulu, had her opportunity to own an exotic cow when several local cows were given to her as dowry for her daughter.
What brought me to keep these cows? We went to a certain study at Koro, and they said, even if you have many cows, it is useless. If you have the milk cow, 1 or 2, it is good. You go on selling the meal. If there is any problem, there will be money in the pocket.
Additionally, the program has had a catalytic effect, touching the lives of people outside the youth and women bracket. Take for instance Kinyera Dennis, who despite his advanced age managed to pick key life-changing values from the program. Out of this awareness, he says he is today able to work at night in his seedling regeneration project using solar energy, a development that has helped him see more dividends come his way.
No, even factories from here, factories are working at night. Why not I work at night? The drivers Saudi pass from here, they're going to Sudan, they do it in the night. Why not me?
The program implementers were also mindful of the Millennium Development Goals, an aspect that strongly comes out in the stories of these beneficiaries and their leaders.
Because before, I was handling my children alone. Nobody was supporting me. Then there is some of our family members, because we have no mother, we have no father. So I used that money to pay their school fees and even to take care of them.
Cumulatively, the project has helped youth and women of the Choli sub-region discover their potential, restore hope, and utilize them as peace builders and promoters. Today, such values are being replicated in the social lives of the beneficiaries and therefore playing a crucial role in the wider perspective of building peace in this region. Consequently, the youth in the beneficiary communities are today more productive and indeed active participants in the local economic recovery activities.
It is helping the youth because some other youths, they have started their small business on their own. Other youths, they went back home, they have disappeared from the center, they have started farming on their own, and some other young ladies, they are in the market selling tomatoes, selling greenies, green vegetable. They are operating things on their own.
The catalytic effect of the program has also touched the activities of other civil society organizations involved in peace building in the region. Take, for instance, Lagan David of Passion for Community Development Organization, who today attributes the success of his programs of rehabilitating former abductees to the skills he attained through the program.
Training has been very fantastic. I personally participated and I enjoyed the training. I've seen the impacts in my life, I've seen the impacts in my family, I've seen the impact in the community. We have been empowering and encouraging the younger people to use the knowledge they gain from the training and put them into action. Even as I talk now, there are quite a number of young people that we have been interacting with them, that they are doing businesses, and their business is flowing, is prospering.
To the youth and women who have benefited through the program, the opportunity was a game changer.
You know, knowledge is power. One information is given to an individual, that person would be somebody very good. So I want to say that the training made our community at least see that there is way how peace can be brought. Because I want to say that as I speak now, there are also some element of land wrangle, all these other things. But those who have got the training, they are seeing that they can't go and engage in land wrangle while seeing that they can spend most of their times doing business. And it is coming into society. As I move, people are talking the same language, that how can I make my business progress? Because you cannot progress when you are not together with your members.
In the mind of the leaders, the program is a good effort towards filling a gap which in their capacity they could do so little to bridge. It has changed the way many think and has set the youth and women of the region on the path to social and economic recovery. The leaders' belief, however, is that such a good effort needs to be carried forward.
We had already experienced peace, now how can we build this peace? Instead of making the people being redundant, say no, please get yourself in a group, do something. And we are using this group who have been trained to help us to go and carry out reconciliations.